Hola amigos de Rock and Pop, estamos aquí con Leigh Nash, vocalista y compositora del grupo Sixpence None The Richer. El grupo debuta en nuestro país este 8 de junio en el Teatro Cariola y Rock and Pop es la radio oficial. Hi Leigh, how are you?
I'm good. How are you,
Good.
Fabian?
Fabian, yes, all good, thank you. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. You guys are back on the road. Last night you played your first show in South America in Brazil.
Right.
How was the
That's right.
experience and how was the show? How's been the experience of the tour so far?
It was wonderful. Everything's been great. It really has. The show was hot, even though it's, I guess, winter down here, which
Yeah.
it feels like just a nice breeze to us. But I don't think I've ever sweat so much in my life. But it was such a fun show, and the audience was warm, and I look forward to all the shows we have down here. It's going to be great.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Brazil, and I think fans in all of South America that we are very excited because most of us are going to see you guys for the first time. And of course, this is a very special tour. It's an anniversary tour, and the first one with all the original members, including Dale Baker. Can you tell me a little bit of that reunion and what it means for you as a band?
It's so wonderful. We're having a great time. Dale has actually opted out, and so we got a new drummer in the last 3 months, and his name is
Oh, okay.
John Radford, and we're so happy to have him. Dale is awesome, but he chose to move on, and we're
Right, right.
happy for him. But we love what we're doing. We love being together. We laugh constantly, and so what couldn't be good about that? Yeah, we're at a good place in our lives to be doing this.
And I was wondering because when you first started, of course, you were just little kids that were touring the world. Uh, has some of that magic of you as kids touring the world remains now that you are grown up touring?
I feel like it has. We've certainly there's a maturity that I think people will see, but
Yeah,
still a lot of that innocence, hopefully, and I know that people will see how much we love playing music for people, and we love the people we're making music for, playing music for, that is,
yeah,
and really appreciate all the years of people being fans. I met some last night that were in tears because
yeah,
we were finally getting to meet instead of just over the internet all this time. So it's been very special already.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to take you back a little bit. It's been 27 years since the release of your self-titled album, which of course include Kiss Me, one of the biggest songs of the 90s. And I was reading about how the first draft of that song was written in a hotel. Can you tell me a little bit of that story?
Yes, Matt Slocum, my partner in Sixpence, was down the hall. It was a kind of a motel type situation in Holland. I think we were in Utrecht, Holland, and I was just in my room watching TV, and he called me on a little motel phone, and he said, "Hey, I just wrote this new song," and I think we had just checked into the motel maybe 30 minutes before,
Wow.
so it took him probably a half hour, and he said, "You want to come down and learn it, and maybe we'll play it tonight at this festival," and that's what happened,
Really?
and yeah,
Wow.
it was had very humble beginnings, but definitely not humble endings.
And how was the moment that you first heard it? Did you always feel that the song was a special one? At what point did you guys realize that, oh, this one is a little different?
I honest to goodness, I feel that way about every single song Matt writes.
Yeah.
I'm not being exaggerating there, but yes, Kiss Me that night when we played it to a group of young people under a tent, and there was something really special about it. Just singing it just felt like, I don't know, it felt a little magical. But like I said, I feel that way about all Matt's songs. So
And now, 27 years after, how has been your relationship evolved with this song? Has you always been really close to it? Has it been a point where maybe you got tired a little bit of it?
no, I don't get tired of it because of how it makes people feel.
Yeah,
So I don't want to bring that to the table. If people are, you
absolutely.
know, they have something that it really means a lot to them. A lot of good things happen around Christmas, engagements and weddings and all kinds
Yeah.
of, it was my grandmother's favorite song, my mother's favorite song, my daughter's favorite song. So I would never want to rob anyone of that. So that keeps the joy alive for me, is how
Yeah.
happy it makes people.
Yeah, and we can see it also here in the radio. Every time we put it on the radio, there's like this special magic, like, oh God, this song is so good. Like it really
No,
hasn't aged a single day. And
no,
well, of course, the song is also very associated with a lot of movies, a lot of series, right? She
right.
Saw That, Dawson's Creek, for example. How the experience of seeing this song, this little song that started in a hotel, featured in a movie, and also how do you feel about this song in particular being associated with these productions?
Well, we were really thankful. That's what helped people get introduced to the song and to the band. She's All That in particular was
Yeah.
really kind of the match strike that sort of ignited everything. And I thought the movie was hilarious. It holds up today. It's still, I mean, I haven't watched it in 25 years, but I can still remember how charming it was and how sweet the actors were. 'Cause we got to make a video with them, and they're true blue, authentic people as well. And did you know that M. Night Shyamalan directed that movie?
Really? Yeah.
Either
Wow.
directed or produced it. It was his first direction or producing, but I think it was directing, and I had no idea. I mean, I didn't know that he would become one of my favorite like scary movie directors. I
Yeah.
think yeah,
I was thinking that I love horror movies and I love, of course, his work. And
I
yeah,
do too.
I didn't knew that he made a romantic movie. Although there's a
It's a,
little of romance in his horror movies too.
yeah, there is. Yeah.
Well, there's also another song in the record that's very important, especially for your fans here in Chile. I'm talking about Puedo Escribir, a song
Yes.
that is sung in Spanish, inspired, of course, by the work of Pablo Neruda. Can you tell me a little bit of that song? How did it born, and how's the experience of singing in Spanish?
Matt Slocum in the band is a big Pablo Neruda fan, and I am too, now that, because I got introduced to it because of that song, or to
Right.
Pablo Neruda's work. And I have a long line of Spanish speakers in my family. My mother's father was a Spanish teacher and
Wow.
absolutely loved Spanish culture, Latin culture. But he could only afford to get to Mexico. He never really got to visit everywhere he wanted to go and speak Spanish and see the culture. And so I also grew up in South Texas. So I grew up around the language a lot and really, really enjoyed getting to do that and use the pronunciation. Um, yeah, it's great. It's one of my favorite languages. I'm not very good at speaking it, but it was a dream to sing that song.
Well, that's amazing. And I can guarantee you, if you speak just a little Spanish during the show, you only say hola, I promise you, we're all gonna scream and go crazy.
Oh, I'll probably make you laugh with some mispronunciations and just not the right words, but
Don't worry
uh,
about
un poquito.
that. Well, and I wanted to ask you a little bit about how new generations are also getting familiar with your music. Serena Carpenter did a cover of Kiss Me that went very popular. Did you listen to it? What did you think of it?
I think it's beautiful, and it's shocking to see these new versions of it. Kelly
Yeah.
Clarkson covered it for her show,
Yeah.
and Lisa from Blackpink did an interpolation of her song, and I never even knew what the word interpolation meant until that till that happened. But no, I think it's very sweet, and the song is very coverable, and I
Yeah.
think Sabrina Carpenter did a beautiful job, and yeah, we were really surprised by that. It's a lot of fun.
And well, you guys, of course, are really good at making covers. We absolutely love your versions of Don't Dream It's Over, There She Goes. Are there any new artists that you would like to make a cover of?
Um, yes, there's a song called Before Love Came to Kill Us by Jesse Reyes.
Yeah.
trying to talk the band into letting us. We're gonna do a covers record as well as a full length album, coming hopefully next year.
Wow.
We'll get it at the end of this year, but I love the idea of just doing a whole record of covers. And so that'll be one on my wish list.
Yeah.
Do you know that song, Before Love
Yeah.
Came?
Jesse Reyes played a few years ago here in Lollapalooza, Chile, and we listened to it. It was really fun. She has a really special voice, and it's really like magnetic when you're watching her in the stage.
I love.
That's
I
really good.
just one of my favorite artists.
And well, let's talk about new music since you mentioned it. I know you released a new EP a few months ago, Rosemary Hill. It was your first release in 10 years. How was the experience of going back in the studio?
Oh, it's really fun. It's my favorite part of being in a band is being in the studio and just being creative and seeing how songs that we've already written can get carved out. And we're actually traveling with the guy that produced the record. His name is Steve Hendelong, and you'll see him playing percussion. He's
Amazing.
kind of, I think he steals the show every night. So the guy to my left is the producer of Rosemary Hill. You'll see him on stage, and he's just fabulous. He's such a great producer and so fun to work with. And yeah, we genuinely love each other, all of us, and so it makes for a happy occasion anytime
Yeah.
we get to record together.
Well, and you were just mentioning how next year, hopefully, we're gonna have a new record. How is that going? Is it similar with the sounds that we hear in the EP? What can you tell me about it?
I don't know. We haven't really started. I think we
Mhm.
maybe it's exciting because this tour will probably inform some of the songs. We'll probably get some inspiration down here, and that's wonderful. But yeah, I think we've got to carve out some space. We're going to be really busy this summer, touring in the U.S. with the Jayhawks and Toad the Wet Sprocket and KT Tunstall, and after that's done, we can kind of gather our thoughts and start to write. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the tour and the show. How, it's been the experience of listening your old songs and also these new songs? How's it been to combine them, and how's been the reception of the fans as well?
It's really great. I mean, we just did the one show last night, and it was a very warm reception. And we did 50 dates in 60 days back in the fall in the States, and it went beautifully. And that's why, frankly, that's why we're here. It went really, really well. And so yeah, it's not it doesn't feel like we're kind of jerking from one time to another. It feels really seamless to us anyway. So.
Yeah, I'll imagine. And what, of course, I imagine Kiss Me gets a big reaction. But what songs you get most excited to play live?
I love singing the one about my dad. It's called Don't Let Me Die in Dallas. And it's a true story about the two of us before he passed away. And so that's a bright spot. I mean, it's a sad point in
Yeah,
the set, but I love emotional songs, and that one does it for me every time.
that's really sweet. And I think that's the power of music, that from a sad moment we can create this bright moment and have a lot of people singing it together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And well, in just a week, you are playing in Chile. It's going to be the first time you guys performing here. I know your Chilean fans are very excited. What can you tell me a little bit about what we're going to see? What can the fan expect?
I think you're going to see my gold boots. I've got some beautiful gold boots that I'm going to wear, and just hopefully a happy, healthy band. So far, we're good and we're holding up. We're not tired or anything, but we've only played one show. We're flying almost every day, so it's a lot. So I look forward to a week from now. We'll have a lot under our belt and hopefully still be riding high.
That's amazing. Well, I'm going to tell you this is a little cold in here in Chile, so get
Thank
ready for
you.
that. It's not as hot as Brazil, although
Okay,
we have some sunny days in the past
good.
few weeks, but we're getting closer to the winter.
Okay. All right.
Well, Thank you so much, Leigh, for talking to us. We're really excited for the show here in Rock and Pop. We're getting ready. We can wait. And thank you so much for talking to us. Have a great show.
Yeah.
We're going to see you in just 1 week.
All right, 1 week. Thanks so much, Fabian.
Thank you.